So marketed as one of the premium inflatable kayaks is the Bote Kayak. My wife and I have two of these. We have the Lono Aero models, and we're going to show you how we put one of them together today. Well, we've got to put this. We're going to put the kayaks together, show you how it goes together. These are oars. They just connect end to end. They extend out and lock together. They also float, so it's at least they're supposed to. Never tried. Okay. And then once they're in that position, then you can just lock that in, and it should keep it stable right there, but you may have to tighten this down, and I need to get an Allen key and tighten that down.
Look at the size, babe.
Oh, what? Oh, is it back? Oh. That piece is inside there. Don't believe it's supposed to be in there.
When you're that close to the camera, only like record your legs.
Well, besides an ant biting me on the ankle, this oar has technical difficulties because the end of it, there we go, is all the way inside of it. All right.
What's wrong with these holes?
All right, so that fixed that portion. Oh, cool. Yeah, those are deer tracks that came in last night. Look at that ant. These ants, they're little baby ants biting me on the feet. That's annoying. Okay. And then this goes in here and locks down. Okay, there's two oars put together. Now we have our life jacket. Let's do, which one did you pull? Let's do this one first. Got that one? Bring it over here. Like I said before, when we put this one together, we were having trouble getting it to close, but we kind of figured it out with that one, how to get this thing to allow it to stay closed. We had a bunch of rain yesterday, so all has gotten kind of wet. Set each piece of that. Is that the... Where's the main portion? Another ant. Okay. This open. Okay. Let's start up here in the front. Okay. So right here, this valve, wait, before you put that in there, this valve, hold that open please. This valve has this little spring in there, and if it's pushed down, then it's going to let all the air out. You have to remember to pop that out before you hook this up, or when you disconnect this, all your air is going to flow outward. So what's that one say? 15 psi. We'll set this to
12.5, right?
Yeah, we were doing 12 and a half. So this inside portion here, you actually have to keep some air out of it in order to get that that piece in there, and so I'm going to have to deflate it just slightly so that I can get that insert in. This is the insert that goes in there, and it shows you which side goes. Okay, so here's the insert that goes in here. We're going to have to let a little air out first, because these hooks have to come through here and hook on. It's easier to pull this plastic out when you do it. And it's more of a slide design, so the way these sit, you just kind of slide them through the canvas loop. A little more air out. It's kind of an in-between. If it's flat, you can't, it's hard to put in. If it's flat, if it's full, you can't get it in at all. So you kind of have to pick kind of a medium inflation. But almost every time we forget to do this and have to deflate it. We'll probably even forget to do it on the next boat too. Okay. One more to go. I've done 3 out of the 4, and they get a little bit easier as you go. Okay, that's all 4 of them in, and then this plastic piece goes in there, closes up, and we'll hook it back up. got your life jacket. Should be able to pull that, and valves in good position, and lock it down. Take one oar. There's straps on the sides, and you could put either 2 oars, or you could have a sand spear on one side and an oar on the other side. We also have the pedal drive system. Which is here. And this pedal drive system attaches into that center area. Is one, you would take this out, this pin, and stick the pin through that section there, easy enough. And then to drop that in, you would remove this piece, and then it would drop down through there, and it would slide all the way in. You can't do it when it's on the ground. You'll have to be in the water, and you want to make sure you have sufficient depth underneath you. I mean, you only need about 16 inches of depth, but and once you pull this panel out, I mean, you're floating this far above the water, so it's not like it's not like water's going to come up inside. It won't. You can still, you'll be able to see water underneath there. It's not going to come up into the boat or anything. It's helpful to have. It does add some weight to it, but when you're out in open water and you can get some room to pedal, it's pretty quick. It'll move pretty fast. I mean, overall, you can move faster than a standard kayak, but it's a heavier kayak overall. It really is, but it's pretty durable. We've used it many times and not had it puncture or felt like we were going to damage it anyway. The back end has a fin that just slides on the bottom and clips into place with this little clip that just goes right across like that. Once it's in position, it's easy to put on, but we tend to leave it off. It's got some small ones on there, but you want the bigger one on there to give you more stability left and right. And then they have a rudder system as well. We don't use the rudder system. I saw a previous video where a guy had bought one of these used, and the rudder system wasn't working right. On Rachel's, her rudder system's always worked fine. It attaches here and has a little lever. It's not that great though. I think it's kind of, I don't know. I don't have, I guess, a great things to say about it, because on mine, mine broke the first day. The string broke out of it, and I just wasn't impressed with it. So then I couldn't use it the rest of the day. So you learn to use your rudders are your oars. I mean, your oars provide you the necessary water direction that you need. You just block water one side to turn and the other side to turn. So it's not like you need to have a rudder system. It just makes it more convenient sometimes. But they also make so you have the pedal drive system, which is an added upgrade to it. Ours actually came free with it when we ordered online for a special, but they also make a Bixby motor that goes down through that same hole, and then a battery pack attaches behind the seat. And with that, you've got some pretty good, I hear people get like 8 hours of use out of it, so they can go all over all day with the little Bixby motor, and it's a lot faster than what you're going to get out of this pedal drive system. So we'd love to have one, but they're about $14.99 or so. So $1,500 for one. And so we don't love kayaks enough to want to spend the money to do that. We have our larger boat that we use if we want to get around the water with any real speed. So anyway, so let me give you another glance around.
I felt like really
Okay.
nauseous there for a moment.
Did you? So here's the boat put together. These cords, so we have one connected here in the front, and I'll disconnect the other, but we always keep these on there with us, because you may want to use it to either to tie up to a shoreline, or sometimes we'll use it to tie up to each other. So we'll put one in the front and one in the back of the other boat, and then one of us can, we tend to tie ourselves up in a line, kind of in a single file fashion. And anyway, so there's the rest of the boat. There's the seat, apex pedal drive. It's not down in full position right now, but then in the back, there's a life jacket sitting up on there. There's the hole that I told you that there's a cooler that fits right in there, and the cooler floats, and it has a magnetic attachment on top, so you can use their magnetic cups, the Magnapod attachment, and come around the side. This thing is 12.5 feet long. And here's an overview of more detail of all the options that are available on the kayaks itself that we haven't clearly discussed. But you have grab handles in the front, you have grab handles in the back, there's grab handles on both sides, and it makes it a little easier to carry. Sometimes it's a two-person job. You can drag it, one person can drag it across the ground without too much work. There's an accessory mounting point that we actually just found out about today because we have some accessories that we wanted to mount on it. The stash pockets, those are amazing. They can hold your cell phones and hold your, we use one to always have all your necessary items that you would use that are like your whistle, your light source, your flare, or whatever it is that you need as far as being compliant with the rules and regulations of being on the water in the first place. You have your rudder attachment points, Magnapod in the middle right in front of the seat, so you can attach their Magnapod cup so it doesn't tip over on you. The seat's adjustable, although I do have issues with adjusting the seat. The straps, whenever I'm using a pedal drive, tend to come loose, and I have to try to tie them down into knots. It's my main complaint about this system is the seats themselves, and how when I'm pushing against them with the pedals, it just starts pushing me further and further back. The cooler port in the back is handy if you want to take a cooler that you can use either for putting fish in or taking food supplies, that sort of thing. The sand spear sheath, we have that, but we've not quite used it yet. And then you have those straps in the back that you can strap gear into. And there's also a power pole compatible area in the back. And then the rudder attachment point, it sits below, and then it folds up out of the way whenever you're not using it. We have our pedal assembly. Are you using your pedals?
Yeah.
She's using hers. I haven't been using mine yet, but I may start. We're moving pretty. I feel like we're moving pretty good without it so far. See, now we're cooking with gas. You start pedaling, this thing is really... really good. White captain back here. So here we are zipping across Inks Lake in our boat, Lono Aero 12.5 foot kayak. If you're interested in getting a kayak, there's no doubt that the boat brand is unmatched in their durability, although it makes the kayak quite heavy as a result. They have an unprecedented number of accessories that can be attached to the kayak. Although the more accessories you add, the heavier the boat gets and the more difficult it is to load and carry. Also, make sure that you pick one that's right for you. They have several different models. We wish we had gone with the double model for my wife and I, instead of having two separate kayaks, because it was two separate kayaks to have to put together on top of that. But you choose what's right for you. There's other ways of using it as well. You'll see at the end of the video, I take off the seat and take off the pedal drive and just prefer to sit up on the pedestal. And if you want to see more of Inks Lake, go see our video on the Inks Lake State Park.